Our modern world thrives on connectivity. Smartphones, laptops, tablets. These devices have become indispensable tools for communication, work, and entertainment. Few people pause to consider the complex journey of the materials that make these gadgets possible. At the heart of this technological revolution lies a little-known mineral called coltan. Coltan, short for columbite tantalite, is a dull metallic ore found primarily in the Earth's crust. Its true value lies not in its appearance, but in the metal tantalum, which is extracted from coltan through a refining process. Tantalum possesses unique properties that make it an essential component in electronic devices. The high demand for coltan stems from the exponential growth of the electronics industry. As consumers demand smaller, more powerful devices, the need for tantalum capacitors increases. These tiny components regulate voltage and store energy, enabling the functionality of our smartphones, computers, and countless other electronic devices. Without coltan, our hyperconnected world would grind to a halt. The insatiable appetite for coltan has fueled a global trade in this valuable mineral. While coltan is found in several countries, one nation has become synonymous with its production and the complex issues surrounding it: the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is a nation blessed with abundant natural resources. Its vast territory holds immense mineral wealth, including a significant portion of the world's coltan reserves. This natural bounty, however, has been a double-edged sword for the DRC, fueling conflict, corruption, and exploitation. Coltan mining in the DRC is often associated with artisanal mining, a labor-intensive practice where individuals or small groups extract minerals using basic tools and techniques. While this method provides a livelihood for many Congolese, it is often characterized by dangerous working conditions, environmental degradation, and exploitation by armed groups and corrupt officials. The presence of valuable minerals in the DRC has fueled decades of conflict and instability. Armed groups, seeking to control mining areas and profit from the coltan trade, have terrorized local populations and perpetuated a cycle of violence. The Congolese government, plagued by corruption and weak governance, has struggled to assert control over the mining sector and ensure that its citizens benefit from their nation's resources. The international community has long grappled with the challenges posed by conflict minerals, including coltan, from the DRC. Efforts to address the issue have focused on promoting transparency and accountability in the mineral supply chain, encouraging responsible sourcing practices, and supporting initiatives to demilitarize the mining sector. The journey from raw coltan ore to a tiny capacitor powering your smartphone is a complex one, involving multiple stages of processing and refinement. Once coltan is extracted from the earth, it undergoes a series of chemical processes to isolate tantalum from other minerals present in the ore. Tantalum's unique properties make it indispensable for the electronics industry. It is highly resistant to corrosion, even at high temperatures, and possesses an exceptional ability to store an electrical charge. These characteristics make tantalum capacitors highly efficient and reliable, ideal for use in miniature electronic circuits. Tantalum capacitors are found in virtually all modern electronic devices. They are essential components in smartphones, laptops, tablets, digital cameras, and gaming consoles. The automotive industry also relies heavily on tantalum capacitors in electronic control units, airbag systems, and anti-lock braking systems. As technology advances and electronic devices become increasingly sophisticated, the demand for tantalum, and consequently coltan, continues to rise. The high value placed on tantalum and its wide range of applications have fueled a global trade in this critical mineral. While several countries produce tantalum, the DRC remains a significant source, highlighting the importance of addressing the ethical and environmental challenges associated with coltan mining in the region. Section 4. Artisanal mining, a double-edged sword. Artisanal mining, the predominant method of coltan extraction in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it provides a vital source of income for many Congolese, offering a lifeline in a country plagued by poverty and limited economic opportunities. On the other hand, it is fraught with dangers, both for the miners themselves and for the environment. Artisanal coltan miners often work in hazardous conditions, lacking proper safety equipment and training. Collapsed mines, landslides, and exposure to toxic chemicals are constant threats. Child labor is also a serious concern, with children often forced to work in dangerous conditions, depriving them of education and a healthy childhood. The environmental impact of artisanal mining is equally alarming. The process of extracting coltan often involves clearing forests, disrupting ecosystems, and polluting water sources with sediment and chemicals. Deforestation contributes to habitat loss, biodiversity decline, and climate change, while water pollution poses risks to human health and aquatic life. The challenges associated with artisanal mining in the Democratic Republic of the Congo highlight the urgent need for sustainable and responsible mining practices. Investing in safer mining technologies, providing training and safety equipment to miners, and promoting environmental rehabilitation can help mitigate the negative impacts of coltan extraction. Section 5. Conflict minerals and the human cost of coltan. The presence of coltan and other valuable minerals in the Democratic Republic of the Congo has tragically fueled conflict and human rights abuses. Armed groups vying for control of mining areas and profits from the mineral trade have terrorized local populations, displacing communities and committing atrocities. These armed groups often operate with impunity, exploiting and abusing civilians, including women and children. Forced labor, sexual violence, and the recruitment of child soldiers are horrific realities in conflict zones where coltan is mined. The profits from the illegal trade of conflict minerals often finance these armed groups, perpetuating the cycle of violence and instability. The international community has recognized the link between conflict minerals and human rights abuses in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, passed by the United States Congress in 2010, includes a provision aimed at curbing the trade of conflict minerals. Section 1502 of the Act requires companies to audit their supply chains and report on the use of conflict minerals originating from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and neighboring countries. While the Dodd-Frank Act has been praised for raising awareness and promoting greater transparency, its implementation has faced challenges. Critics argue that it has inadvertently harmed legitimate miners in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, pushing them further into poverty and forcing them to rely on illicit channels. Efforts to address these unintended consequences are ongoing, with a focus on promoting responsible sourcing practices and supporting conflict-free mineral supply chains. Section 6. Towards ethical sourcing and responsible consumption. The journey towards ethical coltan sourcing and responsible consumption requires a multifaceted approach involving governments, corporations, and consumers alike. Governments must strengthen governance in mineral-rich regions, tackling corruption and promoting transparency in the mining sector. International cooperation is essential to support these efforts and combat the illegal trade of conflict minerals. Corporations have a responsibility to ensure that their supply chains are free from conflict minerals and human rights abuses. Due diligence, ethical sourcing practices, and collaboration with suppliers to improve working conditions and environmental standards are crucial steps. By making responsible choices, businesses can help break the link between coltan and conflict, fostering a more sustainable and ethical tech industry. Consumers also have a role to play in promoting ethical sourcing and responsible consumption. By demanding greater transparency from companies about the origin of the materials in their products, consumers can encourage more responsible practices. Supporting businesses that prioritize ethical sourcing and opting for sustainable and durable electronic devices are impactful choices that can contribute to positive change. The story of Coltan is a stark reminder of the complex interplay between technology, resources, and human rights. By understanding the challenges and engaging in responsible practices, we can strive towards a future where the benefits of technological advancement are not overshadowed by conflict and exploitation.